is my hometown where I was born. And for a long time I stayed away, and I felt I could never live here. I felt that I wouldn't find spiritual food being in the same place where I've always been. And then at some point when I felt this freedom, inner freedom, then I felt that this otherness, this incredible feeling of newness that can be at the same place, as you said, same place with same barefoot feeling of just in a very normal, banal context, but then it can be there if you bring it inside yourself. Exotism, it becomes old immediately. It's like new sounds, new technique, trendy techniques. That's, it can become old immediately. 1 month, 2 years later, okay, I've heard this 1,000 times. But all very old sound can be totally new if you just look how incredible and new and unheard of it is. I remember I have this image at some point of my life of having started as a composer at the end of a word. Around me I heard, okay, but everything has been done. And then finally I felt in years and years of work on music and on myself that I felt at the beginning of the word. And now it's not just I don't ever have the feeling of being in front of a blank page, because there are so many things that I would like to do and I feel I could experiment or do. It's like being really at the beginning of the word where everything is still virgin and fresh and new and easy somehow. Giving birth or experiencing the death of some people which I really deeply cared. That really made other things look as vanities, so it liberated me completely. I like to find a place and dig a hole and then keep going as deep as I can in that hole. That was something also my first teacher of composition always said. It's not, you don't need to read 1,000 scores, but just read 3 that you really feel they touch you. Maybe you will really discover something. And that's kind of true. I think it's in depth we can really go further. So I kept digging my holes, let's say. In music it's important how you give a form to time. So sometimes I feel that when I was younger I was more aggressive in imposing a form to time. And now I feel like I have more patience in the sense of letting it express itself. Working with electronics after a while made me think that the most important contribution of electronics was exactly the contribution to time, to the time of the sound, and also the fact that the sound itself is made out of time. So finally, manipulating the time, it's the most strong, let's say, way of affecting the sound somehow. So this cycle is it's using electronics, which create new tone colors and new listening to a very old sound, which is acoustic piano. It's a totally traditional sound of piano. There's no electronics whatsoever. There's no electronic sound at all. But the fact of having an access to a time which is completely different in nature to the one that is the human sound of an interpreter, for example, that produces a sound world that is completely different with the same tone quality of an acoustic piano. So that was an interesting experience, actually. I mean, this is kind of an extreme case. Of course, you need an instrument which is controlled by magnets, but the principle of it's useful for any other context, basically. There are so many listening experiences that when I listen, I say, okay, we need to put attention to it and try to let it bloom, somehow let it be perceptible. Aesthetics are finite, of course, but beyond this, I mean, the sound itself or the time itself, this is infinite to explore. It's just the way, if you find a way to look at it, to listen to it, let's say, that's proved by all time that you have something new in art. Normally it's a new way of looking at something that is there, but it's just and also this is also about why contemporary music or contemporary art, let's say, it's important. It's because it's our way of being here now, all together. All these humans that are here on Earth now, they have a feeling of life, of sound, of light that are special to this time, and those can translate to an experience of listening, watching, sensing things that is so special.